Why must people try and rig and cheat their way through this adorable franchise? Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most infamous exploits in Animal Crossing history. For this list, we're looking at a number of exploits players have used to keep their paradise perfect in the Animal Crossing series. Not just with the most recent New Horizons, but all the main games in the series going back to the original on the GameCube. Be honest, how many of these have you used over the years? Do be advised that some of these exploits have since been patched out, but it's worth looking back on just to see the lengths players went to. Number 10. No More Stings, Animal Crossing City Folk and Animal Crossing New Leaf. Life can be cruel even in the bright and cheerful world of Animal Crossing. Take wasp stings for example. Sure, they don't do any harm to your character, but your neighbours will be surprised when they see your face swollen. If you're someone who gets annoyed with finding or buying medicine, the chances of you using this exploit make your time more enjoyable. Simply open your gate to villages, and you won't have to worry about hives when you're shaking down trees. It's all reward and no risk, but let's be honest, where's the fun in that? You can always just save and reboot the game to cure your stings. Number 9. No More Resetti, Animal Crossing Wild World. If there's one thing every Animal Crossing fan can agree on, it's that Mr. Resetti knows how to use his gift of gab. Anytime this cranky mole shows up, we can't help wishing our ears would pop off. Surprisingly enough, there was a way to avoid his insanely lengthy lectures in Wild World. Should you close the game without saving, you can start up the game again, only to save and exit once you've gained control of your villager. Load up your previous file and you can start recovering what progress you lost without Resetti's insane garble. Number 8. Insta-spawn balloons, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Assuming you have no heart and despise every item being sold in Nook's Cranny or the Able Sisters, you're probably spending a lot of time waiting for balloons to float by so you can get some cool or more rare items. However, this process can take an incredibly long time. However, there was once a way to speed it up, if you were desperate for randomized gifts, but you had to act fast. Simply enter Nook's Cranny or the museum and start the dialogue with the Nooklings or Blathers. Wait until the clock ends with a 4 or 9. It'll take a full minute for the balloon to spawn in, but it should be easy to spot if you run around the beach. Yeah, they kinda patched this one out quickly. Number 7. Force New Public Works, Animal Crossing New Leaf. In New Leaf, waiting for public work projects to be proposed naturally was a pain in the butt, so we can't really blame anyone for using this exploit. To get this project proposed quicker, first get a diving suit and dive into the water for 5 minutes. Oh, and make sure your inventory is full of bells. This will prevent villagers from giving you gifts or requests to purchase items you're holding. When you get back to land, let a villager spot you. Because your pockets have the seemingly endless voids packed, villagers can only ask for a new catchphrase or propose a new project. Congratulations, you discovered the art of accelerating town building through the power of taking away whatever free will a scripted AI had. I hope you're proud of yourself. Number 6. Nomads Required, Animal Crossing Wild World. Okay, maybe medicine isn't much of a hassle as we originally thought. Perhaps some players learned to stock up on medicine ahead of time before starting their own Scarface-like life and running an underground cartel under Tom Nook's nose. So it can get quite annoying when a villager suddenly gets sick and you'll have to give them medicine once a day for 3 days. Well, Wild World's hidden solution was in the same vein as City Folks' hive problem. Just open your gate. and all the villagers are cured. No meds wasted whatsoever. Cartel takes no hits. It's almost if, they were never sick in the first place. Number 5. 4 spawn rare bugs. Animal Crossing New Leaf. We can understand the frustration of catching every bug to complete the museum's collection, especially when there are so many bugs that are hard to find. New Leaf had a way of speeding up the process though through the use of Tournament Island. First, clear out every flower and shrub and replace them with fruit trees and palm trees. Once the time hits 8 PM, the rare bugs will begin popping up more frequently, allowing you to make roughly 100,000 bells per trip. You've basically overtaken Tournament Island and turned it into a money printer. Proud of yourself? Number 4. Bribery. Various. Everyone has their own set of favorite villagers, and it can be heart-wrenching when one of them decides to move out. That's why you gotta use your most powerful tool to keep them in your town. Bribery. In some Animal Crossing titles, you can prevent a villager from moving by simply sending them a letter with a gift attached. They'll be so happy that they decide to stay and act like they made a great decision. That's right, nobody leaves. We're all one big happy family until the day I delete this save file and move on to the next game. Number 3. Unbreakable Tools. Animal Crossing New Horizons. In case you haven't tried out the local multiplayer in New Horizons, one player acts as the leader while the other players are followers. One of the unique things about the followers is that their tools never break. They'll take damage, but the tools won't break until they're used again while playing solo. With Nintendo implementing button remapping in version 10 of the Switch's system software, you can map the followers' buttons on the same Joy-Cons as the leaders. Yeah, you've basically got invincible tools at your disposal. Just don't be surprised if your tools suddenly start vanishing when you get back to playing alone. Number 2. Duplicating Items. Animal Crossing series. Item duplication has long been an exploit throughout the entire franchise's history, ever since the original. For example, Animal Crossing City Folk featured a glitch which involved travelling to a friend's island and spamming the Wii's home button before restarting the console. New Horizons, on the other hand, has featured even more of these duplication glitches. One discovered at launch consisted of rotating furniture while a friend pockets it, but that was patched shortly after it was exposed. In May 2020, 2 more exploits were discovered. One involved particular placement of furniture and items, while another demands you have at least 2 players manipulating the mail system and Call Resident app. It's all pretty complicated, and you can pull off some of these exploits with bells too.
Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in!
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1. Time Travel. Animal Crossing series. This is the most notorious exploit just due to how many people have abused it over the years. In case you aren't familiar, players can Marty McFly their way through Animal Crossing by changing their system's dates around. By doing this, players will be able to get villagers to move in or out quickly, accelerate the growth of fruit and flowers, finish construction in an instant, and of course make a crap ton of bells. Or, change the seasons. As one would expect, many players employed this exploit as soon as New Horizons launched, and it sparked an entire conversation on whether or not it was right. If you do end up using this, be aware that you may end up spoiling turnips in the process, and you can't participate in seasonal events. You have been warned. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.